Her, she has a missions trip to Mauritius, which is an island which is quite far off of Africa towards India. I checked it out. It's 2,800 kilometers from Africa, so it's quite far. It's like the distance between here and Nova Scotia, off of Africa, and it's on the other side of Madagascar, which is a big island, and it's 1,000 kilometers past Madagascar. So it's quite far into the Indian Ocean, I think they call it. They're flying. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes. So we're going to watch a video from Christina. Then after that, I'm going to just give you some hints about, just wait for 1 second, about supporting her. The trip isn't until February 8th, but it takes 6 to 8 weeks for money to get down there if you give it through our church or even if you donate it online. So if you want to give, it would probably be best if it happened before the end of November or very early December. So just that timeline, and I'm going to hand out a little paper which gives you some instructions about how to give either through the church or online. Thanks, Monique.
Quick video, but I just wanted to thank you all so much for your support for the trip that I took in the summer to Hawaii. It was an amazing time. I'm so thankful for all of you who supported me through prayer, through sending encouragement, and then also financially as well for sending me there. It was a really fruitful trip, and I already shared a lot of stories on social media. I have a Facebook group if you want to receive more regular updates about what I'm doing, and then also in an email. So I won't go into detail about them because you can find them there as well, but I just want to share like a couple of few things because I'm just so grateful for the part that you had in this. You played a part in these testimonies. So I just wanted to make sure that I personally share a few of my favorites. Before we even went to Hawaii, we had this kind of vision that we were going to minister healing to the islands. And when we got there, people started talking about how the land needs healing and hope, and that there's a lot of hurt that the islanders carry from when the Europeans and other people came to settle the land. So there's a lot of hurt on the islands, and it was really interesting how God positioned us in really key locations on the islands. Like we did some ministry in the very first church that was ever established there, and it actually was the location of one of the greatest revivals in the history of the world. So that was super cool. We also did some ministry in the location that the settlers first landed on the island. And there were a couple other key locations as well. So it was just really special to just pray and release healing through our movement and our voices and our song in those places to the people who live there now, because that hurt has been carried on from generation to generation. So it's really special to do that. It was also super special to connect with a lot of the locals in various ministry things. It wasn't just us ministering to them, but we did things with them and in partnership with them. And there was one church in particular we went to on a Sunday morning. We did most of the service, and it was just really special because they had the same vision that God had told them to start praying for healing and interceding for healing in the land. And when we went there on the Sunday morning, they had just gotten back from a full day of traveling around the island just praying for healing in different key locations. It was just a super sweet morning of just like, we had this like hour-long worship time. We were just worshiping with them. They were dancing with us, which doesn't happen all the time. It was just like super amazing, and we were impacted by it, and they were as well. We had heard a lot of testimonies from that. David's song is our salvation piece that we've been doing for quite a while now. We had several really powerful testimonies of people who watched it and were really touched. There was one woman whose son's name was actually David, and he struggled with addiction. And he actually, his his girlfriend had gotten pregnant and they were on their way to get an abortion just recently, and then they turned around and changed their mind. So she had just heard this news, and then watching us do this dance was filled with hope that her son could be restored, that there's hope for him. So that was one special thing. And then she went to her car and she gave us 48 mangoes. After that, she was so grateful. We went to a Boys and Girls Club, which was super special. It was like a really tough atmosphere. But when we went back the second day, they were running up to us like, you came back, you came back, you came back, we're so excited. And they were just so excited to dance with us. It was really cool to see them very closed off in the beginning. And then as we led them in movement and exercises to express themselves, they started to express themselves more. And yeah, it was just really sweet to see them kind of come out and feel safe to express themselves maybe in a new way for most of them. We also did street outreach in downtown Kona, super powerful. It was overlooking the ocean, so we were just interceding over all of the islands that were out in the ocean. So many people stopped by, and there were tears in their eyes, and they were just crying, watching us. It was so beautiful. So again, those are just a few stories. Check out more in the email and online if you want to read more stories. But just real quick, I want to give you a quick update on what is happening next for me. Since the summer, I've just been here in Oklahoma. This is the property here. Quick little glance. I'm trying to get this video done before the sun goes down. But we've been here training. We have a new team that's come in, and we're getting ready for more ministry that's coming up. So we have a lot of Christmas stuff coming up. We're doing 4 different churches every weekend in December, which is very exciting. We're going to Arkansas one weekend. We're doing a really big mega church here for all their Christmas Eve services. Which is super exciting and such an honor. And then in the new year, we are going to Mauritius Island, which is right off the coast of Madagascar. It's a really tiny island. I think it's 720 square miles total. And they've been trying to get us to come for quite a few years. So they're very excited that we're coming. There's going to be some really amazing ministry there. I think a door just opened into a rehabilitation center there. It seems like the type of location that Arrows has never been there before, but it seems like they've never had anyone like Arrows either. There hasn't been a professional dance ministry group going there. So they're super excited to see what God's going to do. So that is what I'm asking for prayer right now for, that you'd pray for us as we're preparing for that trip. And also our U.S. tour will be to Wisconsin and Illinois in March. So please be praying for us. We're each raising $4,800 in US dollars. And my next deadline is December 12th for $2,250. So inflation has definitely made things a little bit harder for all of us, and flights are crazy expensive right now, but we're trusting that God's going to provide. So we appreciate all of your prayers, and if you feel led to give, you can give either online or you can make a check out to WCC as well. So thankful for all of your support. Really cherish your prayers in all of this. It hasn't been an easy season, but God has still been good, and he's still been doing amazing things, even just in the discipleship and training that's been happening here every day. So thank you for your support. I love you all.
So thanks, guys. If anybody wants a little reminder about how to support Christina, Esther has some little papers with information about how to give online. If you raise your hand, she'll give it to you.